Hey, composition. So as we're working on our art analysis, the board is going to become a really, hopefully powerful tool to guide you in your creation of your paragraphs, because we're trying to avoid the 5-paragraph essay, which would be easy to happen. A lot of students are choosing 2 linked pieces of art to analyze on this question of can art be resistance, coming up with their thesis statement. Some people are choosing more than 2. You can choose as many as you want. I think if you chose 9, the essay of 3 pages or more would kind of get a little bit underdeveloped. But most people are choosing 3. Some people are choosing 1. I have listed a bunch of questions that hopefully will guide some thinking. We talked about the possibility of even using a first person, almost like story or anecdote, to start off your essay or be in that like second paragraph of your essay. We could summarize why you were there at the exhibit. What was the goal of visiting the museum? And you could tell it like a little story. You could use I in that part, but then you're going to want to shift when you are talking about the artist's background. That's got to be third person. When we're comparing and contrasting our text structures of 2 pieces of art, when we're answering a question of how art could be, these are some guiding, let me clarify, let me start over. I'll take a breath. These 3 whiteboards were the most common ways to focus your art on your thesis statements. And then we also want to add at least 1 quote from another source. I think a lot of you might end up using this idea from Dr. Foster's book. And while this is about literature, the idea that art and literature is always having a conversation might be a quote you use, but you could find another quote. We even talked about how we're going to use AI to find us some quotes. We're going to go there. Last but not least, describing the art in great detail is a paragraph, right? We've practiced that in our starters, especially with the James Joyce paragraph and Dreaming in Cuban. So I want you to consider that as a text structure. Describing. So we've got a lot of options. The even activity of going through our school and looking at our murals and what does it say about our community, how even our murals demonstrate resistance of a typical school, that could become a paragraph. So we're working through a lot of opportunities rather than mandates for our 3-page essay. I'll talk more about some structures. I think the most popular works happen to be the ones that you looked at with me at the U of M museum. And we just kind of talked about not only the theme, but that it's disrupting what is art. What is art? Can it just be text that becomes unclear, challenging that form of text? Can it be not only a symbolic image, but the fact that they paid for the JPEG file, projected it? Another artist is doing the drawing, not the very artist who owns the copyright. We're challenging form and resistance, not just the idea of resistance and themes, but as many of you have told me, that art be a resistance of civil rights and other themes is apparent. All right, good luck. I'm really excited to read your essays. First draft will be due 4 p.m. Friday.